This actually happened and no one has ever explained it. A man started hearing noises inside the walls of his house. Not loud noises, not random sounds, but slow, deliberate scratching. Every single night at exactly 3:17 a.m. At first he ignored it. Old houses make sounds, pipes, wood, temperature changes. That's what he told himself. But after a few nights, the sound changed. It wasn't just scratching anymore. It sounded like something moving. Not running, not crawling, just shifting, like it was trying to stay quiet. That's when he started checking the house. Every room, every corner, every wall. Nothing, no holes, no animals, no explanation. But the sound kept happening, and each night it got closer. Until one night he just stayed there staring at his bed, waiting, listening. At exactly 3:17 it started again. Slow, careful, almost human. The next day, he bought a small security camera. He placed it facing the wall and waited for night to come. He didn't know it yet, but that decision would be the worst mistake of his life. He'd been hearing strange noises, scratching from inside the walls. The next morning he checked the security footage. At first, nothing. The room on screen was completely still, silent, empty, just as it always was. Then the timestamp flickered to 3:17 a.m., and that's when it began. A subtle shift in the wall. Not a crack, not a break, but a distinct movement, as if something was pushing from the inside, slowly distorting the paint. Suddenly a shape emerged. A hand, long, pale, and unnaturally thin, its fingers bent in disturbing ways. It pressed against the wall, testing the surface. Then it slowly dragged its fingers, creating that chilling, familiar scratch. He froze, eyes wide with terror. The hand slowly receded, vanishing back into the wall, leaving the room silent once more. Minutes passed in stunned silence. Then, with trembling hands, he reached for his phone. He had to call the police. Soon, 2 police officers arrived. He showed them the footage, hoping for an explanation, for understanding. But their faces revealed only confusion, a shared disbelief. They couldn't comprehend what they were seeing. Despite their doubts, they decided to investigate. They began to open the wall, tools in hand. And what they found inside was far worse than anyone could have ever expected. A chilling discovery. Behind the wall there was a hidden space, a narrow gap just big enough for someone to move through. But it wasn't empty. The entire area was filled with objects. Old objects, photographs, pieces of paper, strange symbols scratched into the wood. Everything covered in dust, as if it had been there for years. But that wasn't the worst part. Every single photo was of the man. Sleeping, sitting, living his normal life, taken from inside the house, without him ever noticing. Then they found the walls, covered in writing. One word repeated over and over again, his name. Hundreds of times, written in different sizes, different styles, like someone had been obsessively repeating it. Then one of the officers noticed something else. At the back of the space, there was a tunnel, dark, narrow, leading deeper into the house. Too deep. They tried to follow it, but it just kept going. Endless darkness, they never found where it ended. The man left the house that same day, he never went back. But 2 nights later, he disappeared. Completely. No signs of struggle, no explanation, just gone. And to this day, no one knows what was really living inside those walls.